Welcome back to the SportsMax Zone, and a call for a regional academy for squash coming from the president of the Jamaica Olympic Association. Christopher Samuda made charge at the launch of the 37th Caribbean Senior Squash Championships on Tuesday. Here's Ricardo Chambers with that story.
The Caribbean Senior Squash Championship set for the Liguanea Club in Kingston from August 21 to 27. The first time since 2007 the tournament is being held in Jamaica.
Nothing before its time, they say, and especially coming out of the pandemic. Oh man, this is an amazing opportunity for Jamaica to host this event and to really put it back on the calendar.
We all take it in turns in the Caribbean, and the idea is one year it's in the north and one year it's in the south, and then so to us it's very important, and especially with COVID just nearly finished, to get squash back on its feet and to see some good squash and really sort of bring the interest back, especially in Jamaica for squash.
It is almost like the World Championship for us, based out of the Caribbean, because, you know, truth is we don't play many tournaments outside of the Caribbean, and when we do get the opportunity to play this championship, we give it our all. We make sure that we fight for our teams and for ourselves in the individual events.
My administration came in April, the end of April, and we had some sponsorship, but it really wasn't enough to cover the cost of the tournament. And so we actually had to go out feverishly and trying to get support in the last month and a half. And I have to say that the Caribbean Area Squash Association was patient with us as we worked to try and get the sponsorship. But at the end of May, my team and I committed to the Caribbean Area Squash Association that we would host the tournament, even though we didn't have full sponsorship yet. But we were so determined that we could do it and that we had to do it. And so, you know, the sponsors came on board, and so we're very excited, and they see that they're investing in a worthy product.
A worthy product, and one that Jamaica Olympic Association President Christopher Samuda wants to see improved. For that, he's calling for a regional approach, specifically an academy to serve the interests of the entire Caribbean.
Somebody has to take the lead. Yes, governments are expected to take the lead, but the NOCs, I think, would be prepared to take that lead. There has to be a professional academy, and individual countries may not have the necessary resources in order to birth that academy and sustain it. So we have to pool together not only our capital, but our competencies in order to ensure that this happens.
Your home of champions, SportsMax, will play its part to take the game into homes across the region by broadcasting the semi-finals and finals of the men's and women's individual events on the 22nd and 23rd of August, plus the finals of the team competitions on the final day, Saturday, August 27.
SportsMax is in the business of developing sports right across the Caribbean, and squash falls right in the middle of what we are doing now in terms of development. We have recently done rugby for the first time, which is Caribbean rugby. We have done road cycling for the first time, and squash, this is the first time we'll be doing something like this. So we'll continue to develop sport across the Caribbean, and this is exactly what SportsMax is about.
Partnering with SportsMax on this project has been tremendous. Not enough people know about squash in Jamaica. We believe that with SportsMax and partnering with SportsMax, we can get the word out not just to Jamaica, but to the wider Caribbean and to the wider diaspora. And so when people hear about squash now, they'll be like, yeah, I know what squash is. I remember that tournament that happened. I want to now play. And so that's the legacy that we want to have from this event, is that persons want to now come out and play the sport, that they know about the sport, and that we can now develop and get more people playing the sport.
A total of 7 countries will take part, including Guyana, who took the overall team title when the event was last held in 2019.
Thank you for that, Ricardo. So SportsMax and, of course, squash here in Jamaica will be welcoming the rest of the Caribbean, and I look forward to, you know, being a part of that, George and Lance.
Yeah, the last time I was at the Liguanea Club for a squash competition, well, we were there for 2 reasons. Chris Binney was playing, so we wanted to see Chris Binney, and then our own Caitlin Alexander Jordan was playing. She went to the final, Lance. Yeah, where she ran into the awesome Karen Anderson. Last time we were there, Karen was a player.
Yes.
No, she's a president. Yeah. So it was
former Caribbean champion.
Former Caribbean champion, yes. Wavy Lines was there in the crowd as well with us.
He was,
yeah, so it was a very good day out, and I'm happy to see the game getting this kind of profile on our platforms. Very happy by virtue of the partnership between SportsMax and the squash authorities to have this tournament on our channel, and I know it will be fantastic.
Yeah, Lance?
Yeah, I did most of my covering of squash stories during the 2000s when Nicolette Fernandez from Ghana had risen to number 17 in the world, the best squash player, pound for pound that the Caribbean has produced in history. And she was most improved player of the year, I think, in 2006, the Ghanese. She still plays a bit now. I'm hoping that she'll be on the Guyanese team coming here as a senior, grooming the young Guyanese players.
Well, what we know for sure is there will be a lot of top athletes taking part, and we look forward to be bringing you the very best of the action.
Oh, before you go, you remember, Lance, when Alex was here, she kept singing the praises of a certain young Bajan, Megan Best, who I saw at the Commonwealth Games, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Megan here in Jamaica.
All right, team, break time.